Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is another episode of your OGR, baby, as today we walked away with a big 3-0 victory up against the Winnipeg Jets. As, oh my lord, I've been missing some good old-fashioned Oilers hockey, baby. A week of not seeing any Oilers hockey. The last time we watched them, it was a spanking by the Calgary Flames, 5-0. Definitely not something I wanted to see, but this was something I loved to see from the Edmonton Oilers. I get to do a live play-by-play of it. The Oilers absolutely kicked ass, and it was just an amazing way to just start off that Saturday night, which is the reason why I'm uploading this so late, was because I was watching the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight, and yeah, it was pretty dumb. I don't even know why I watched it, and then I stayed up pretty late last night talking with some of my friends. It was an absolute fun night celebrating my 2-year anniversary of the Peyton on the Radio channel. But today, we're going to be talking about the Edmonton Oilers game. As you guys all know, we walked away with a big victory. It was a great game. We dominated on our power play. Weirdly enough, our second line did great without Nuge, with the Haas, Yamamoto, and Cahoon line, which we're going to be getting in depth into that lineup. We'll talk a little bit about the defense and how good Barry played last night, surprisingly enough, which I know I'm talking about how good Barry played, but this was one of his best games, you know. He played a really respectable enough of ice time, only 18 minutes and 20 seconds, almost played 5 minutes on the power play, so he didn't get a lot of 5-on-5 time compared to what Darnell Nurse got for 5-on-5 time, which I really enjoyed, honestly. You know, I love Tyson Barrie and all, but he can't play defense. I mean, I really don't love Tyson Barrie. I kind of hate his defense and everything like that, but sometimes he can be way too much of a flashy player. But this game, I actually didn't mind him. Like, he made a dumb mistake right off the get-go to start off the game with the delay of game, which I don't know what exactly he was doing. But after that, I felt like Tyson Barrie, you know, I didn't notice him as much as I usually do, you know? Like, he wasn't, you know, every time he was on the power play, he was there. He was making some nice moves. And when he was out 5-on-5, you've seen him, and he wasn't making, you know, any dumb mistakes. He was playing simple, which I think is the biggest thing that Tyson Barrie has to do, is play a very simple game, because if he doesn't and he's starting to play, you know, too cocky, doing those little oopsie doodle moves where he's like holding on one hand trying to push away the player when he's just like getting mangled and shit, like, it's just better if Tyson Barrie just plays a simple game. You know, he's not a strong guy, so if he sees someone coming on his ass, make it pass it off to Darnell Nurse, get rid of it. And that's what I felt like, you know, Tyson Barrie did a lot of last night, and nor did he get a lot of ice time. And I feel like when Tyson Barrie gets top 2 ice time, I feel like he doesn't perform as well unless you just give him less minutes. You know, he's not a big stamina guy like how me and Perlo were talking about it in the live play-by-play that we were doing for this game, is that I think Tyson Barrie this week off really did him wonders, because he looked like a better player. And I'm not saying his defensive workings looked better, just the way that he looked offensively looked a lot better, and the way that he was playing felt like he was in rhythm here with the Edmonton Oilers, which is good to see. Anyways, let's get into reviewing the game. As in the first period, there wasn't anything that really went on. It was pretty even, fast-paced, back and forth action between the Jets and the Oilers, and until the second period, where we had 12-4 for shots going into the second period, and Tyson Barrie with an absolute clap bomb from the point. I mean, just not just a clap bomb, and howitzer. He drove right into that, went down to one knee, drove it right into the back of the net, and started this game up great with his 6th of the season. And now this was a great power play. We were passing the puck well, we were generating some offense, we were getting some good chances, and Tyson Barrie just got a beautiful pass from McDavid. Really drove into the back of the net and got a big goal for the Edmonton Oilers. And I was very happy to see that. That was such a huge goal to just start everything off. You know, we were dominating the second period. We should have had a lot more goals, but Connor Hellebuyck was playing absolutely insane. And then we head into the third period when the Jets were starting to push us back. They had 13-3 for shots on the Winnipeg Jets. They were actually pushing us a bit more, which, respect to Mike Smith, he was absolutely nuts last night. But Jesse Puljujarvi with 6:37 left, I think it was. Yeah, I think so. Jesse Puljujarvi got his 10th of the season. No, that was 6 minutes in the first period. Jesse Puljujarvi got his first goal. I don't know how to read time, apparently. Jesse Puljujarvi got his 10th of the season, hitting double digits on the season. And this was a beautiful goal. Jesse Puljujarvi found the wide open space, and I mean, it was wide open. And McDavid made him a beautiful feed. Also, McDavid got his 70th point of the season with that Tyson Barrie assist as well, which is just absolutely insane. 43 games into the season, and he already has 70 points, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts that he already has 70 points on the season. Insane. I have no words to it. It's this, McDavid is a god, and there's no way that he's ever going to be touched with that number one player. He is insane, unless Connor Bedard takes that, but I don't know, man. Connor McDavid is just on a whole nother level. But Puljujarvi got a nice feed there from McDavid and shot it right top shelf. It was a beautiful goal, and we went up to nothing, and then we got another power play opportunity, which we were 2 out of 6, and this was our second one of the night, where Alex Chiasson tipped in another clap bomb from the point from Tyson Barrie, and Chiasson put up his 7th of the season, which I think it was his 5th power play goal of the season as well, I think. So that's a big one there for Chiasson getting his 7th. I hope that we don't pay him more money, because he's only really good for the power play, and even then he's not even that good. Puljujarvi would have been better in that spot than Chiasson half the time. But anyways, besides that, we had a really good power play, 2 out of 6. We should have scored more goals, but I think getting 2 goals out of a power play, which, helped us win this game tonight, was tremendous. We had a tremendous power play. We were really buzzing on it, which is something that we need to do, right? We need to buzz on that power play, and if we're not, then we're not going to have some successful games. And tonight we were buzzing. We really were. We were buzzing on all sides of the things. We were buzzing defensively. We had a great defensive game from just about everyone. Nurse had a great game. Barrie had a great game. Larson and Russell had a great game. Baron Jones also had a great game. Now, they weren't the greatest pairing together, but they did very well. Ethan Bear had a tremendous game. I'm really liking the way that the defensive, workings played out in this game. And also Mike Smith was absolutely insane tonight. He was the real MVP of the Edmonton Oilers, honestly. And I wasn't expecting, Mike Smith to be this good this season and put up the stats that he's putting up and the way that he's playing. A 15-4-2 record with a 237 goals against average and a 922 save percentage. I mean, this guy's worthy enough to win the Vezina this year, for Christ's sakes, with how good Mike Smith has been this season. He has been the Lord and Savior, and I'm hoping that he can continue this going into the playoffs, because honestly, I have firm belief if we have Mike Smith going and we play this way of hockey against the Jets going into the playoffs, I have firm belief that we could win in the first round. Just because of the fact that if we play like this, we play that good defensive hockey, shutting down Scheifele, shutting down Ehlers. I mean, Ehlers into this game had a 6-point streak in this game. 6-game point streak, I meant. My lord, I'm way too tired. I'm not even too tired. I just woke up not that long ago, and I just can't speak English, apparently. But a 6-game point streak for Nikolai Ehlers, and we were able to shut him down. He wasn't able to produce anything. And that was the amazing part. Every line was doing great. The Haas Yamamoto Cahoon line, which I did say I was going to get into this line, was amazing. Haas was, he wasn't a big offensive guy, but the way that he was defensively 5-on-5 was something that was so pivotal for that second line with Yamamoto and Cahoon. Their defense translated into offense, and you've seen that by breakaways from Yamamoto and good chances from Cahoon and good chances from Haas. And, that's the way that you got to play this game, is that you got to be able to turn that defense into offense. And I was really able to see that from a lot of lines last night. And especially Devin Shore, who I haven't really talked about very much in the, I've talked about him a little bit, but he's really grown on me. Devin Shore has just been a real underdog player who's really, really been playing very well over these past couple games for the Edmonton Oilers, and especially on that line with Nygaard and Kassian was absolutely amazing. Nygaard being put in the lineup drew a couple penalties. His speed disturbed the Winnipeg's defense a lot. He was great. Devin Shore and Kassian was really buzzing. He was hitting. He was playing great. I really just loved the way that everyone really played. Nygaard was fantastic being implemented into the lineup, and I'm really hoping that he does stay in the lineup for future to come, because his speed is something that we need. It disrupts the offense. And, seeing Chason and Cassian all the time, we don't have a lot of speed out there, Like, our depth is these slow-ass motherfuckers. And I'd rather see Nygaard going in there, speeding in there, disrupting Pionk and getting a hook so we could go on the power play, right? That was the biggest thing, is that he took... I think that was actually even the goal that ended up being in the Tyson Barrie goal, I think. Unless that was... That penalty that Nygaard helped, take ended up being a goal for the Edmonton Oilers. And if we keep him in the lineup, I think that will be a bonus for the Edmonton Oilers, because the way that he plays is just a great way of hockey, and he should stay in the lineup for future to come. He hasn't really played very much this year, and I've always wondered why, because, he's a good player. He didn't play a lot last year either, but I feel like with his energy and his speed, he could just be such a difference maker for the Edmonton Oilers, and we need to play him a lot more. Otherwise, the Edmonton Oilers had a great game. I was really impressed by the way that the Edmonton Oilers played. Really, really happy. The offense was buzzing. Just about everything was buzzing throughout the entire night. It was really happy to see the Oilers win. I think the next game is on Monday against the Montreal Canadiens, I think is the next game. So I'll have to see how well we do against them on Monday, which I'm really excited. Against the Montreal Canadiens on Monday. So we'll see how well we do against them, and I guess I'll see you guys on Tuesday for another episode of your OGR, as we are getting close to the end of the season, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting very, very close. A month away tomorrow from the last game of the season. So we're getting down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. We got some exciting hockey ahead of us, but for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Tell me, guys, how you guys thought of the game between the Oilers and the Jets, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.